Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Leslie. If you haven't been here before, you've wandered across my little corner of the internet. Now, today I am going to share with you a laser project, and I really do love this one. It turned out awesome, and we're going to compare it a little bit to a similar type of design made from paper. So let's get started. So here you can see that I have a whole bunch of pieces. Now, this is the first layer, and it contained a moon or a sun. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. But what I did was I cut them all out with the laser, and then I used polyacrylic to seal the wood. But another trick I have for you is if you cut it out, but you're not going to do it right away, label the back with numbers so that you remember which order they go on in. Okay? So this time I am out of super glue, and they did say, oh, it'll be here on Wednesday. Well, I'm still waiting. So we're going to use this glue, and it's the Nuvo Deluxe. And it does say, after checking, that I can use it on lightweight wood projects. So we're going to give it a try. And if it does come apart, I will re-glue with some super glue. But I am really excited to get this one done. It contains both laser cuts and oh my goodness, my words are gone. Words are going to be hard today, I think. And the laser burning in some designs. Like I said, words are gone. Where did they go? Now, in order to line things up the way that I like, I do it like this. And then I just hold it nice and tight. Okay? So that everything stays in spot. Here we go. This one didn't, it may have quite, or seem to have quite a few pieces, but it did not take long at all to get it all fixed up and cut out. The engraving, the laser engraving, took the longest, and even that, at that, it wasn't long at all. But I am going to say that I have been using my X-Tool now for quite a while, and I want to remind you that even if you don't get one right away, you would not regret the purchase of the attachable air purifier. Okay, because when you're doing a lot, especially the engraving, it can create a lot of smoky yuckiness. And so that air purifier becomes very important. Even doing it to the outside, I mean, it works, don't get me wrong, but there's still, you can still somewhat smell it. And the air purifier takes that away for sure. So this is all you do. You just keep lining your pieces up, holding them for a moment. Now, if you wanted, you could go on Xtool, and this was listed as the Eagle Head. So you could go into their free software and you could download it as an SVG and cut it from paper if you do not have a laser cutter, which of course is awesome because you could do these 3D types of things, of course, with an electronic cutter. And so we can share our favorite designs back and forth and not have to pay for it every time. That does not mean that I don't leave a donation for the creator, okay? This person, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, did not really have a handle. They just put it as Eagle Head. I'm going to try and find out their name on there, and I'm going to give them credit, and I'm going to take a picture like I always do of how it turned out so that people know that it was easy to do and it turns out great. If you wanted to, if you're not like me and you have the ability to do a nice job of painting, you could very easily paint your colors in on this one. But with my hands being what they are at this age, I've had to accept that painting will no longer be something that I do a lot of. So, since I do like the natural wood look, I am fine to just leave it that way. But that does not mean that you could not paint it, okay? I could probably get away with giving it to my husband to paint, and he would happily paint it up for me, but I'm going to leave it natural. Now, I do have these clamps, and while I glue up the next one, I'm going to clamp for a minute just to be sure that everything is holding into place. You don't have to do that step, but where I am out of wood glue and I'm out of super glue, I want to be sure to give it the best chance possible. So I hope you guys get to do something this weekend that you enjoy. I don't think we'll be outside. It looks like we're due a lot of snowy, rainy, sleety kind of weather. And I am not going to be catching no colds before I go to my daughter's, or I won't be going. I want to be sure that I'm healthy. There we go. Okay. I'll take this one off. And we'll put this one on. Whew. Trip it back. Get our fingers in there. Ah, there we go. Didn't have them at the right angle. One thing about this glue is it dries clear. So I don't have to worry about it being seen once it's totally dry. Which is a very, very nice thing. Okay, so we'll hold that for a minute. Now, if I was using the super glue, I would just go ahead and hold it for a few seconds and move on, but better safe than sorry. What else can I share with you? Oh, So I was making the cute little Coca-Cola dragon again, or soda dragon as it's called, that I showed in my last video. I decided to give it a redo, a retry. Well, guys, my S1 printer did me dirty. I finally got it going again, and it got to, once again, 20 minutes left, and decided that it had a filament tangle, and it stopped. Well, let me tell you, there was no filament tangle. None at all. I don't know why it threw the error message, but it did. And by the time I could get it to give up on the error message, guess what? Too late. It had been too long, and the print had to be sacrificed again. So I think it is time to disassemble the S1. Maybe get it some new tubing, a new cutter, just do some I love you maintenance on it and see if that cures the problems. I may also get some new feed tubes for the filament feeder and see if that helps. It's just, the joys of owning these different machines. Now, I did get in the new machine, the AD5X, and I am loving it. I will give you a quick peek at something that I made with it. While this is sitting clamped for a moment. Don't worry about the glue that you can see. It will dry clear, but I can also just wipe it off with a baby wipe. So we are good. Let me grab one of the things that I did make. I made this cute little panda machine on the new one. Now, it is not a bed slinger. It is a core machine, which means that the bed goes up and down and the head moves like forward and backwards. On a bed slinger, which is the A1 that I have, the bed goes forwards and backwards, up and down, and the head goes up and down and across. So that is the difference. And it created this beautiful little panda. This teeny little panda. And yes, they are all movable parts. And their little scene in which they can play. And the detail on it is phenomenal. What I find that is off about it is the amount of time it says it's going to take it to print it, because it said that it would take a total of 12 hours, and it took like less than half of that. So grateful for that one. Now on the A1, I did another magnet, guys, and it's just adorable. Look at that little cactus. I've been loving that collection. So this one is from Forge 3D on Patreon. And my little cactus guy there, or girl, whichever one we are considering it, is from the Patreon of Misfits 3D. So that is part of what I've been doing, and the rest I'm not showing you yet. So let's pull this eagle apart and carry on. See, it just rubs right off. I'll take a cloth, a wet one to it, and just clean it up. But there is our eagle. So I'll use this. While you're looking at the eagle, here is a similar type of project. I've shown this one before that I cut with my Cricut. All the different layers are there. And to get a more layered effect, you use the 3D glue squares in between so that you get the raised effect that the wood gives. So this one could be cut with wood, and this one could be cut with paper. They're interchangeable files for these ones. Not every maker does that, but some do. And by maker, I shouldn't say maker, I should say designer does that. The makers of the machines are okay with it. The designers are the ones who supply the different types of files. But this is the one that I got done. Like I said, it was quick. It did create a lot of smokiness inside the machine from all the engraving. So I did spend my time putting in a new filter and wiping the machine down, getting it all ready for the next project. I hope you guys enjoyed these two birds and the different styles that they bring to the table. I wanted you to know that even if you do not have a woodcutter and you just got a paper cutter for some special occasion or maybe Christmas or just because you wanted one, you could do the same types of projects. And if you're like me and can't paint, paper might be your alternative to bringing color into things. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye.